back for a minute. Got a place going up when I'm in it. Aim at the win and I did it. Where we at, that's none of your business, I'm that product of the hard work. That's why I'ma always come first. Push through the pain, not a concern. Coming hot like fire, now we gon' burn. Run fast when we chase that bag. Leave them all like damn, damn, damn. Think deep, go hard in the pain. Make noise like bang, bang, bang. Heavy hitter in the ring, go slam. Yeah, I got what it takes, go ham. No foot on the brakes, that look on the face like damn, damn, damn. This time you won't put nobody in the corner. I'm grown, so don't get funny with the tone. I can go clear, leave them all unknown. I'm the real deal, not a fake, not a clone. Oh gosh, got them trembling, shaking. One shot and I'm destined to take it. On top of the challenge I'm facing. Non-stop, I'm a legend in the making. Rolling, we came here to win, so move. Just move. No fear when we step up the gear, so move. Just move. On top of the game, unstoppable. Hard work campaign, gotta power through. So when we step in the place, just move. Yeah, move. Move. Gotta work that overtime. Put the power over mind. Push the boundary over lines. Cut his life is only mine. Got spirit, got fight, got hope. Elevate to the heights unknown. Celebrate cause the night we own. Stay winning cause we bringing it home. Rolling, we came here to win, so move. Just move. No fear when we step up the gear, so move. Just move. On top of the game, unstoppable. Hard work campaign, gotta power through. So when we step in the place, just move. Yeah, move. Move.
now. Look, man, I was searching for a better way, praying, hoping for a better day. Never quit, never hesitate. If it's a will, it's gotta be a way. Working fast food on the weekends, got a second job just to meet ends. Never quit though, I admit at times life seemed to be in pieces. I had to switch up the plan. Good at they can, created the brand, invested in self, flipped it to wealth. Look at me now, I got a few bands, yeah. The ones who hate it still working the same. They hit me and tell me they proud of me though. I'm sorry, not sorry, got nothing to say. Look. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me, say they ride with the brakes on. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me, say they ride with the brakes on. This way, look at me now. This free game, I'm breaking it down. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If not, it's easy to find your way out. Been running around with a chip on deck, making it happen, not what they expect. They gon' start hating when they see the check. Don't need you to like me, but need your respect. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me, say they ride with the brakes on. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me, say they ride with the brakes on. Look this way, look at me now. Hey, look this way, look at me now. Hey, look this way, look at me now. Hey, look this way, look at me now.
I know to give, I was born a master, destined to achieve. They scream from the rafters, I give them something to believe. They know I'm a master. It's all that I know, it's deep in my soul. It's my passion, I can never let it go. I know the highs and the lows, I know the cons and the pros. Endure through it all, I'm a master. You better know it, can't help but to show it. I make it look easy, man. Born to be a master. Can't stop and I won't stop. Forever I'll be on top. I can't stop and I won't stop. Keep going till the ball drop. Way before I was formless, it was predestined, I'd be on this. My spirit on fire for higher heights, and I'm reaching with these like an eagle's flight. Had to earn my stripes, had to take some L's. When taken out of my cells, went with the tide and I always prevailed. I stand just living proof. What's for you, it's for you. Don't worry about what the ops do. The higher power will push you through. Never weak, on the contrary. You built to last while they temporary. When you succeed and they ask you how it's done, it's cause you're a master. They ask how I do it, how I'm stronger and faster. The only answer I know to give, I was born a master, destined to achieve. They scream from the rafters, rafters, rafters. They know I'm a master. It's all that I know, it's deep in my soul. It's my passion, I can never let it go. I know the highs and the lows, I know the cons and the pros. Endure through it all, I'm a master. You better know it, can't help but to show it. I make it look easy, man. Born to be a master. Can't stop and I won't stop. Forever I'll be on top. I can't stop and I won't stop. Keep going to the drop.
I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. Yeah, I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. I made it to the top. To the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. Yeah, I made it to the top. From the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. Yeah, I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. Yeah, I made it to the top. I made it to the top.
Now I'm asking now, who want what, who want what? Let's make it live, let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough. Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what, who want what? Fourth quarter clock run out, that's when I'm active. Came up living hard, was sleeping without a mattress. I love the game, but it come with lots of drama and pain. Strike in my life, I promise it would've drove you insane. We not the same, I'm a different species, believe me. Blessings burst since my blessed mother conceived me. Stadium screaming my name again, it can get hectic. When I perform at this level, man, I feel electric. Let's make it live, let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough. Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what, who want what? Let's make it live, let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough. Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what, who want what? Now why would you wanna come and test the kid who's been crowned as a champion and clearly best at this? You coming at me, I think you should assess the risk. Back it up and pack it up, find where the exit is. Whether it's tip off or kick off, I dominate. Been a gold in this game so long, I think it's time you hate. And let's be clear, I want the rings and the legacy. Smother the competition, I never ever let them breathe. Nah, let's make it live, let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough. Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what, who want what? Let's make it live, let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough. Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what, who want what?
You ain't ready for this, I'm the best they ever had. The people want more, I get the people with their ass. You ain't ready for this, I'm the best they ever had. The people want more, I get the people with their ass. I'm next, I'm now, I'm it, I'm forever. I'm the one, it don't get no better. I'm next, I'm now, I'm it, I'm forever. I'm the one, it don't get no better. I really got the juice, I really got the sauce. I really am a boss, the way that I be going off. What's the recipe? Less of you and a lot of me. My game so quality, my team hit the lottery. Broom, start your engines, I'm back with a vengeance. They yell my name like they taking attendance. See, when I do it, I make a difference. Your swag missing, you don't belong. Go and crawl with the infants. I'm who they here to see. I'm on fire like 3rd degree infirmary. Cause I'm so ill, I need surgery. I'm hot, put me out, cause I'll really burn it down. Aw, girl, you really done it now. You ain't ready for this, I'm the best they ever had. The people want more, I get the people with their ass. You ain't ready for this, I'm the best they ever had. The people want more, I get the people with their ass. To the max, to the max, turn me to the max. To the max, turn me to the max. To the max, turn me to the max. at me, look at me.
Start to the finish line from the winning side.
And at the wing is Austin Day all day, every day.
See the crowd coming down. Got them coming down. Who's the king now?
Just watch me now.
everything with one single word. You know? Like gang, 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 gang.
Thank you, girls！ 掌声送给女孩们 ，Formosa sexy。正式欢迎各队台北台新战神球员进场。欢迎5号魏鹏和，6号张军，7号刘彦廷。8号陈文宏，29号张根玉，41号苏奕静，62号陈冠全，先发9号张兆成，11号黄聪汉，15号谢明俊。23号钱肯尼，那边35尤苏巴恩斗也，35号恩多，代理总教练 Coach Miller， 教练许浩成，助理教练倪学坚、陈世念，球员发展教练杨哲仪，总经理林用庭，执行长黄万荣。Formosa梦想家秉持铁血的斗志，打造强悍的战场。梦想家人们，我们汇集能量，携手一同并肩作战。Come on, let's welcome Formosa Dreamer!
A sphere, a world, endless possibilities. Every mark tells a story of struggle and fight. From one step to many footsteps. Dust rises, sweat falls, the heartbeat of battle. Tear dribbles echo, voices roar, the rhythm builds. Until that single shot slows the world down. The ball travels through every moment we live. And when it drops in, the world ignites again.
心动能再次超越无限。准备好你的呐喊声，属于梦想家的 New Era 从此起航。Are you ready? We're coming. Let's go, Dreamer! And now number 00号梦想家的板凳暴徒陈子琪。台中赛力独角兽，台湾 KD number 2 2号马金豪。后场指挥官梦想推进器 number 9 9号老虎教士。赛德克狙击手标速跑车 number 11 10号吕志熙。外围火力保证冠军射手 number 20 20号谢伟洛。梦想家最后一道防线，台湾魔兽26 26号吕登文。梦想家后场魔术师全能射手 number 28 28号卢冠亮。全能前锋梦想黑豹 number 25 35号 Elman。禁区铁壁梦想护队 number 88 88号周柏顺。And now starting five 先发。体能劲爆，攻守兼备 number 24 24号西道航空西沃克。捍卫台湾的护国神山，凯基巨人 number 34 30号 Brandon Walker。来自加拿大的西非凯克梦想重装炮 number 15 50号 Ben。重启梦想图章喷射机 number 3 3号谢周信。台中出产的 MVP 梦想球王 number 41 41号小安，Ladies and Gentlemen 萧玉安。欧盟长棒球团总教练简浩，助理总教练 Assistant Coach Jimmy Pierman。助理教练赖柏林 Daniel King， 球员团队总监田磊，领队陈立忠，总经理韩俊海。双方球员场中握手致意，最后的热身时间。
Like sugar on my tongue, tongue, tongue. Your body is so sweet, sweet, sweet. Invite me if you come.
好的，比赛开始之前，利用空档，我们要现场来颁发 TPBL 3月份的 MVP 奖项，有请到 TPBL 的秘书长王志群群哥来为我们颁发这个奖项。欢迎秘书长来到我们的场中，同时呢，要用最热烈的欢迎我们 TPBL 3月份的 MVP number 15 50号 Ben here， Congratulations！ 恭喜他获得奖项，在3月份出赛6场，场均20.2分、9.7篮板、3助攻、1.7抄截，拿下了我们当周的 MVP， 也再次恭喜 Ben here， 同时谢谢秘书长群哥。精彩的比赛，稍后片刻，我们来到教学应援时间，把场中交给壮壮。
好的，各位，我们的梦想家的梦想家人们，大家好，欢迎来到梦想主场。耶，很开心今天呢来到主场的大家。 顺利，动作非常的简单。第一个呢，拍拍手之后双手打开，大喊 Dreamers， 帮我们的梦想家一起来加油！
Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, however you're streaming, you're watching TPBL, brought to you by AXN Sports. You're watching right now Game 113. The Taipei Taishin Mars make their final trek down south to play the Formosa Dreamers. It is Taylor Chen and Clive Shu bringing you Game 113 today. We've got a quite a different roster for the Taipei Taishin Mars. A lot of injuries going on. They're just trying to survive at this point.
Yeah, Sam Manu's out, Ding Ding's out. 3 of the imports out. We just got Nadoye for the Mars. And, you know, it's going to be a tough game for the Mars as they kind of look to next year. But for the Dreamers, still a lot to play for with just 1 game behind the #1 seed.
Formosa Dreamers have their last homestand here at Intercontinental Mini Dome as we take a look at the regular season standings right now. The Dreamers are now only 1 game behind the Taiwan Beard Leopards. And as we talked about, the Taipei Taishin Mars and the Aquas have been officially eliminated. So at this point, they can't play spoilers, but injuries have been an issue towards the end of this long season for the both of them. So it's going to be still a long trek for both sides.
Yeah, where are the Mars and the Aquas going to find the motivation, you know, to finish the season strong? They're professional players, so you always put your best foot forward, but that motivation is going to be a little bit extra for them to find.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned Indoy being the only import. This is the first game in TPBL history, or this season, that they have only put on 1 import on the roster. As again, Michael Frazier II, the late signing for the Mars, he's got a fractured hand, and Makir Maker still dealing with knee injuries. Now, Dreamers are just 1 win behind the top spot. As I said, Dreamers have their final homestand, so let's see if they could actually surpass the #1 spot team. Now, the Dreamers, so far, they have a perfect record against the Taipei Taishin Mars. Overall, they are 9-2, including last season, so very dominant against the capital team. And finally, 2 records were broken on April 12th against the Kaohsiung Aquas as Hwang Song-han, or Barry, he hit 8 3-pointers, tying the current TPBL record. And Ding Ding, unfortunately, not in today's roster, as you said, Clive. He has surpassed the 15 assist mark.
Yeah, those are definitely both good things for them to build off of. It was the Aquas, but a win is a win. And I think as you carry and look into next season, you want to carry some of that momentum with you into it.
I'm sure interim head coach will want to end on a high, particularly as he comes in late to lead the team. As we have Hwang Song-han, Barry.
对我来讲，
before
一直以来的问题就是可能信心吧，信心不足，或者是一些可能自己的想法会太多，所以就告诉自己要怎么维持，就是一直保持好的信心、好的状态，然后去面对每一场比赛这样子。对，学习跟成长嘛，可能因为在赛季的后半段，可能比较多的上场时间了嘛，然后可能要分担一些，比如说场上队长控球或者是队长去跟大家沟通啊，跟学弟讲一些防守上的细节啊，或者是大家该注意的事项嘛，一些防守的细节这样子。那就是对我来讲，是每一件事都可以是很好的学习榜样啊。像看控球怎么去带领这个球队，或者是中锋啊，每一个人的角度去，对我来讲都是一个学习的怎么讲对象啊，对。
Hwang Song-han hit his career high of 24 points against the Kaohsiung Aquas. Now he talks about how to continue to have confidence on the court and keep the faith within himself, and also talking about the upcoming games, or this upcoming game. Well, it's about delegating the task of being a point guard. As we mentioned before, we don't really have a true point guard outside of Ding Ding in today's active roster.
Right, and I totaled up, you know, their average points of the starting 5, and it's a whopping 37.1. Taylor, let's take a look at Jet's interview.
定位，然后就是做自己该做的事情，然后教练就是交代的工作。那我觉得跟上半季比较不一样的是，我们现在 团队的化学效应比较好，大家就是开始了解队友嘛，然后这个开始比较信任，然后信任彼此，然后就是打出我们教练要求的团队的风格吧，凝聚力跟团队的战力吧，主要是不会去想说可能对他们的对战6比0或怎样，我们就是希望可以把每一场比赛都赢下来，不管对手是谁。
So that was Jed on the before the game, talking about how it doesn't matter whether or not they have a perfect record against the Taipei Taishin Mars. But right now, as I've mentioned before, you know, game wins will create more chemistry. So I think that really helps in the momentum that currently the Formosa Dreamers have. And you know, Brandon Gilbeck and Reven Ma Jianhao are back in the lineup, so that will be a lot helpful. And you know, we'll see how they'll ease back into the lineup as they've had themselves a 9-game winning streak before their game against DA.
Right, and after today they have after today they have 3 more games left. Tomorrow they finish up their homestand. They go to the Kings, and then they go to the Lioneers. They finish up against the Lioneers.
Yeah, and you know what, Clive, you mentioned before in the game against the Lioneers, the Dreamers have the biggest advantage as they end their season the earliest, and they're the only team to end the earliest.
Right, so I mean they're getting their guys back. You know, Ma's back, like you said, Gilbeck's back. As we look at the starting 5 for the Mars, some unfamiliar faces. Number 15, Xie Mingjun, had to look up his name. Number 11, Huang Zhonghan, he's in there regularly. Number 9, Zhang Zhaozhen. And then to go with Kenny Chen and Ndoye. But for the Dreamers, you know, they're just in a really good spot. They have the 2 weeks off after the last game. They're getting all their guys back. It's perfect timing for Ma to get, you know, build his legs back up, build his strength back up, to work himself back into the team's rotation. So the Dreamers are sitting really well. I think it's up to the coaching staff to kind of manage the last 2-3 weeks of the season and to get them peaking at the right time.
Yeah, I would agree with that sentiment, as we have the Formosa Dreamers starting 5, Zhang Yu and Wayne, Zhang Zhongxian, Jed, Randall Wako, Benjamin Bentel, as well as Brandon Gilbeck. He is back in the starting 5. Their last matchup against the CTBC DEA. He was coming off the bench, wasn't as physical. I don't think he's trying to play 100% effort in that particular match, as again, he's coming out after dealing with sciatica for about a month now.
Yeah, and you know, different players respond differently when they come back. Some are slower, some want to jump right back into it, play 30 minutes. Either way, you know, I'm sure the coaching staff is in constant communication with them as Gilbeck wins the jump there to get them into tip-top physical condition when playoffs come.
We're getting started here. Formosa Dreamers, men in white, and Taipei Taishin Mars are in the black jerseys. So I'm interested to see the starting 5 matchup against the Formosa Dreamers. This is our first time we've ever seen this starting 5 group, as again, Ding Ding is always playing point guard, but there is no true point guard here. But it looks like Xie Mingjun is tasked to play it today. He is the Taipei Taishin Mars' first-round draft pick this season, and there comes the scoop too strong.
Yeah, I look for them to lean heavily on Ndoye. He had a monster game in offensive outburst, 37 points. His previous high was just 19 points. So they'll probably lean heavily on him, but if he's going up against Bentil, Gilbeck, when Holman comes in, how is he going to conserve and maintain his energy?
Yeah, unfortunately for the Taipei Taishin Mars with a shorter lineup, Stevanovic will have to stagger the players and the talent onto the court right now. And unfortunately for Ndoye, well, the only big guy that's also on the court would be Pong Pong. Chen Guanchuan as Barry with the up and under. Renfei couldn't execute.
Yeah, Pong Pong will definitely get some minutes. I expect everybody off the bench will get some good minutes today, and just a chance, you know, to prove themselves, to, you know, maybe buy themselves some more time, some more minutes next season, and just show the coaching staff the progress that they've made. So by no means a throwaway game for a lot of the players for the Mars.
I mean, at this point, with the couple of games that they have left, they got nothing to lose. You know, give the chance for the bench players who ride the bench more minutes on the court, as I think we definitely saw against the Kaohsiung Aquas. And, you know, again, we saw a couple of records being hit. Ding Sunru, unfortunately, not playing in today's game, but surpassed this season's assist record hit by Joseph Lin beforehand. That was 15 assists back in February 15th.
Did 8 of those assists come from Huang Zhonghan hitting 8 threes?
You know what? That's a great question.
Could be.
Maybe.
That's your stat of the game there, Taylor. Pull out that spreadsheet, see if you have that stat.
I know, that's a very specific one. That might have,
Yes.
I might have to.
Yes, I got you.
Very specific. Ooh, the side step with a kick out, reset back to the perimeter goes. Here's Carl with a teardrop, shooting lefty. The only lefty on the starting 5. Here's Ndoye drawing a foul off of BG.
I mean, Gilbeck, I think, is a true 7-footer, and Ndoye is like half a head above him. So Ndoye is a big guy. He's really tough to contend with down low, as we saw on that offensive possession there. Getting the offensive rebound and staying patient and drawing a foul. But again, it's just if he's the only guy out there, how is he going to maintain that for the entire game?
Well, to be fair, last game he did log in 42 minutes, and I think that was the game that he needed to. Again, that was his season high overall, his first 2020 stat, and I think that'll also help with his own confidence. You know, watching him this season versus his first season with the Mars, he is running a little bit slower. So again, I think the win against the Aqu was a good boost for everybody, including himself.
Yeah. And if nothing else, he's also playing for a contract for next year. You know, if he likes it here, you know, showing him what he has, and hopefully get, you know, the invitation to come back next year. Taylor, for the Dreamers, we saw it last game as well. Pember was a last minute, you know, did not play. Drive to the basket here, tough shot. And so I think, and then the Lioneers threw all kinds of zone defenses of 2-3, 1-3-1, 1-1-3 at him. And we saw the effect. The Dreamers, I'm sorry, down 27 points at one point. So today, just one import. Are they going to be able to come out with, you know, that championship power burst standard? And just doesn't matter what the other team throws at you. Doesn't matter who's playing. You have your own. You stick to your own plan and you execute and you just play. And not play to the other opponent's level.
Yeah, I would say the second half of that matchup, you know, you talked about the equilibrium hit, so the Lioneers, they weren't as accurate, but I would say the Formosa Dreamers' defense really improved in the second half. Bentel drained the 3 from up top. So, you know, talking to Zhang Zhongxian before the game, I saw that in the plus-minus column, he performed the best on the court. And now, this is to say that he was tasked to guard Joker on the other side. Now, Joker, he only scored 3 points in the second half, so it just goes to show that, you know, at the end of the day, defense is probably going to get the Dreamers their wins. The catch and shoot from the corner, and Xie Mingjun gets nothing but net. This is his second game start. His first one was also against the Formosa Dreamers, and Xiao An went like a cat up against Xie Mingjun. There was a missed rotation from the Mars' defense.
Yeah, both of these teams are definitely capable of scoring, but especially in their series matchup, the Dreamers are averaging over 113 points per game. You know, so you can score 100, but if you're going to give up 113, so it's on the defensive end, another 3. For the Mars there. It's on the defensive end that they're going to have to pick up the slack.
Carl getting 5 points on the board now. Yeah, 113 and the Taipei Taishin Mars. They're only averaging 98 points against the Dreamers. Trying to alley-oop attempt for Brandon Gilbeck. A little too high. Shot does not count.
Called an offensive foul there. Trying to get position, maybe used his elbow a little too much.
Back over to Taipei Taishin Mars. Xie Mingjun coming in on the right, and that gets poked out of bounds. We have our first subs coming in. Eric Holman checking into the game.
And that swap by Gilbeck, that's what they need from him. That's what they've been missing. The league leader in blocks. Dreamers, the team leading in the league in blocks as well. So Gilbeck in a quick breather as he works his way back into the lineup.
Yeah, Doug Creighton still being cautious with Brandon Gilbeck. He's only logged in this 4 minutes now. And Ndoye trying to get the foul call by the refs. No go, but he gets the 2-piece. Bentel Getting a very clear as day foul from Carl.
Yeah, I like what the Dreamers are doing early on defensively. Bentil started on Ndoye, and then the last couple of possessions, Gilbeck has been on Ndoye. So, you know, they're just taking their turns.
Yeah, they're just staggering.
They're just going to wear them out a little bit. And then offensively, whoever Ndoye is not guarding, whoever has the local guy guarding, they're dumping the ball inside to him. So it's a good strategy, very obvious. But again, they need to execute it and go right at him.
So it looks like more subs coming in. Check that. Ryan looks like Ryan is checked into the game. He is inbounding. That is number 28 from the Dreamers. Back over to Bentil, and no good on the three. He gets a rebound and draws foul.
Good hustle by Bentil. I think when the shot left his hand, I think he knew it would go a little short, fall a little short, so he immediately followed in there, hustled down the rebound, and is going to be rewarded for 2 shots.
Yeah, he's a very muscular, big guy, but he actually moves really well on the court.
Yeah, Coach Doug Creighton will oftentimes put him on the best offensive player, because that's how well he moves defensively as well. Big and strong. Not super vocal, definitely leads by example. Tompkins, more of a vocal leader. Holman does a little bit of both. So they got a good mix. The Dreamers got a good mix.
And Bentil was awarded today for March Import Player of the Month. On the court also includes Player of the Week, Eric Holman. He tied with his career high with the Dreamers, 32 points in their last game against the Lioneers. The 27-point comeback. That's the most points of a comeback that we've seen in TPBL, but it ties in Taiwan Pro Ball overall. The last time there was a 27-point comeback, that was back in 2023. It was the Dreamers against the Taoren Pilots. And we have our first IRS review right now.
That's an interesting time to use it. I mean, the Mars are up 11-10. They're up 1 point. They're challenging the out-of-bounds call.
So, Ndoye's knee looks like gets the touch.
Well, perhaps because Ndoye signaled to review it right away. Maybe the coach is like trying to trust him and see. Oh yeah, Walko's left hand got it. So Ndoye, good call. I was wondering why they would try and not waste a challenge on this, but it is a curious time to use it.
Yeah, it is very early in the game, but this might still be an obstructive view. Hard to tell. Ndoye was in front of Walko's left hand there, so the baseline camera view is going to be the best bet. Seeing who gets the last touch.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can even see on the screen, Wako, he kind of waves his arm, his hand a little bit. Kind of acknowledging, but you know, he's certainly not going to say anything.
I'm surprised it's taken the refs this long, because from the baseline view, the camera guy sitting in the baseline, it's pretty clear he touches it.
So it remains Mars's possession. And the shot clock will be set at 12 seconds. Dreamers keeping Wayne as the only point guard on the court. Shaming Jun playing point today. To Ndoye, there's a double team, and in the two-piece goes.
Yeah, he just muscled his way into that point, those 2 points. Literally pushed Holman out of the way as he established position. Pretty easy too there.
Wayne swinging it over to Ryan. Off the screen. Barry still keeping an eye on Ryan. 4 seconds to go. There's a kick out to the corner. Pulling up for the long range 2. In and out it goes. Kim Jun fighting against Wayne. Experience supersedes the speed. Holman with a downhill pass to Wayne, gets poked out of bounds.
I really like the Mars attitude and their aggression, I guess you could say, on offense so far this game. You know, they're not worried about how many imports we got, who's playing where. They're just going right at it.
Particularly with Xie Mingjun in the starting five, he's got a lot of grit on the court. You saw him going wall to wall for that lay-in attempt against Wayne at that.
Yeah,
so
they're not afraid, so that's good. That's what you want to see from your young local players.
I like the effort, and Doi is putting in a lot of effort this time. Randall Walker will get his first personal foul.
Even number 9, Zhang Zhaozhen, for a couple possessions, Bentel was guarding him. You know, he seemed unfazed and calm and collected through that as well. So very good growing experience for the Mars local guys.
Doi's second time at the free throw line. So we're talking about his season high against the Aquas. It was 37 points, 23 rebounds, and 6 assists also.
What's the over-under for Ndoye on free throw attempts today, Taylor? How many does he have so far? This is, you said 4th time?
I believe it's only his second time at the line today. But I will say, it's not consistent. 55% overall in the 9 games he's played. So not great, but I believe it's actually not the worst amongst the Taipei Taishin Mars players, and the whistle comes. Call it pushing foul.
Yeah, Ndoye, I think free throw attempts, he's definitely going to be in double digits. A stretch, I think, would be 20, maybe, but he's working hard. I say that because he's working hard. He's establishing position. He's going aggressively for the rebound, and he's getting a lot of second opportunities.
Yeah, and he hasn't gotten a single minute of rest yet. Just 2 players coming in and out for the Mars, and Wayne trying to beat the clock. Halfway in and out though, but Dreamers get another chance and left wide open. Xiaoan's 3 bobbles outward. Too bad. It looked, it looked like one of those that would go high up and then hit the net.
Good drive by Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny getting his first bucket today.
A lot of times you'll see players, the initial bump on a drive, and they'll just kind of not give up, but they'll change course. Kenny just stuck with it and stayed aggressive.
Through the Taipei Taishin Mars, Ryan gets the 2. His younger brother, Lu, plays for the Hsinchu Lioneers. And Enjoy fighting through once again between the import players. No injuries, hopefully.
Ndoye taking advantage of the rest time.
Yeah, he took a seat.
Yeah, these seats are kind of nice. Take a break there.
Unfortunately, somebody was sitting at that seat. But in the meantime, before Ndoye gets his free throws, we have ourselves our first TV timeout. The score right now, 15-12. Mars with a 3-point lead. We'll be right back with more TPBL.
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot. That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
The Hunting Party on AXN.
Looks like we have a prison break on our hands.
Making a break for it.
This man's cold-blooded.
There's a 12-year-old girl being held captive by a violent murderer.
We cannot let her spiral into terror.
Everyone stack on the house.
He's been watching you.
Oh my God.
He locked us down here.
FBI.
You're watching TPBL brought to you by AXN Sports on AXN Asia and AXN Taiwan. Clive Xu and Taylor Chen presenting Game 113. Taipei Taishin Mars with a limited roster, with currently leading the game right now.
Yeah, Ndoye, the man at the line, has definitely been carrying. Already hit 6 rebounds. This is his 5th and 6th shot at the free throw line. Just made 1. He was perfect from 2 inside. He's been working hard.
This will certainly look good for his personal stats during the off season. Again, whether or not he wants to return to Taipei Taishin Mars is another question. And this is his 2nd game where he's the only import on the roster. Makir Maker played 2 games as the only import player at home. Score now 17-12. Ling Junji Aji is on the court now for Xiao'an. So no 2-guard rotation quite yet. Good defense on the Mars. It is back to Mars.
Yeah, Aji has one thing on his mind when he comes into the game, and that's see the ball go through the basket.
Yeah, so this is a very typical matchup that we've seen seasons before. Brandon Gilbeck and Ling Junji Aji on the court together. Pulling up for the long 2. Xie Mingjun coming through out of timeout.
Yeah, Xie Mingjun 7 points already. He's showing what he can do.
And Holmes with the 3. Lets it drop for the Dreamers. They're behind 2 possessions. Back over to Kenny Chen off of Ndoye's screen. Didn't get the look. Ndoye once again with the possession. Going man-to-man against Brandon Gilbeck. He is working overtime today. That goes, hits the board too hard.
Great defense by Gilbeck there on that possession. Just keeping his hands up, not taking the bait.
Yeah, he's looking better than the game against DA. DA, who's still looking pretty cautious, but definitely getting a beating against Ndoye.
Yeah, he does look a little more fluid, a little more nimble. Already a block shot as well.
Xie Mingjun, the only local Mars player making any attempts after the timeout. And Coco is checked into the game. That pass nearly goes out of bounds. That's a save by Aji. 12 seconds on the clock. Once again with a hold of the ball, Aji with 4 seconds, pulling up, and in goes the bucket. Score now 19-17. Coco off the glass, too strong. No opportunity there for the Mars, 2nd time. Downhill, finding Ryan, catch and shoot from the corner, and nails it.
That's the Dreamers' bread and butter spot, those 2 corner threes. They get their guys a lot of threes. They're in the corner there, a huge part of their offense. The #1 3-point shooting team in the league.
Whereas for the Taipei Taishin Mars, unfortunately for them, they are they're not the strongest shooters. They are 33% overall, so they're standing at 4th amongst the 7 teams.
Yeah, what I like about the Dreamers and the number of threes that they take is they got a lot of guys that can do it. So if one guy's off, they would just, they just pick a different guy. Or like we saw in the last game, 1 for 16 in the first half, and then they rebounded, made 9 3-pointers in the second half.
Yeah, this is to include both local players and import players.
Right.
They have a really strong roster, bench and starting 5. And against Taipei Taishin Mars, we have consistently 4 players that log in double digits in terms of scoring. So very talented roster, but whether or not they could finally make it to the finals is another question.
Right. That's the monkey on their back right now.
No kidding. The last time they made it to the finals was the 2020-21 season, and that was effectively shortened by COVID as Zhang Dongxian knocked down the 2. Good look by Aji.
I mean, every team wants to win a championship, but I think in this entire league, the Dreamers probably want it the baddest, if that's the if I can use that grammar. Just as an organization, I think, as a team, that's the hump that they're trying to get over. And they have the personnel this year to do it. We'll see if it all falls in place for them.
Yeah, the biggest change for them this season, I would say, is delegating Doug Creighton as the head coach.
Yeah.
Immediately turning from player, not even up to assistant coach, but just straight up taking the reins for the Dreamers. But they did bring Jamie Perlman back as assistant coach, so that is definitely very helpful for Doug Creighton, because we talked about between the Kings and the Dreamers, it's also very important to know when to call the timeouts, when to regroup the players, and when to give them a break or a minute.
Yeah, they've definitely done it very wisely. They surrounded him, and then they brought in Daniel Kim, assistant coach from Australia, Korean heritage. And so he's put guys around him that he knows, he trusts, and he can delegate. Doug Creighton, known for his shooting ability when he was a player, so not necessarily a defensive wizard. That's why they keep around Perlman, and he can handle the defensive side of things. So they have a good team over there. But again, we'll see if they can put it all together this year.
It takes a village, as they say.
Yep, absolutely.
Score now 23-21, only locals for the Mars. It is number 6 checking into the game, Austin, as well as Chen Guanchen, Hong Hong on to guard the big guys. And that was a steal by Eric Holman. He's coming through the gates, trying to get the lay-in, but with no avail. Here it comes Iceman checking into the game, Wei Penghao.
He might be shorter than Haji.
I think you might be right.
Let's get them next to each other.
There you go. You see it on the screen right now.
Really close.
Yeah.
It's really close.
Wei Penghao is another draft pick for the Mars this season. I'm going to take a look at their heights very shortly as the clock is at 20 seconds. Minute and 36 seconds left in the first quarter. And the Dreamers get a small lead, but a lead nonetheless. There's a kick out to Pong Pong. Ooh, nearly got stolen by Jet. Again, the Mars young players are showing a lot of grit and hustle as we got the rookie getting the 3-piece.
Yeah, I love it. Number 15, Xie, number 9, Chang, and now number 6 coming in. The fight, the grit, you're right. They're stepping up big right now here in the first quarter.
Wow, these are all very new players for you, right?
Yes, I'm learning some names right now.
I'll have to find the origin of the nickname, but apparently Wei Penghao's nickname is Iceman. So if you want, you can call him that.
Makes a couple more threes like that, I will.
Yeah, as of right now, the Formosa Dreamers are pulling ahead in terms of making those outside shots. Bentel is once again at the line. Overall right now, they are 4 for 10 from out in the perimeter. Now Mars, they're making less shots, but they are dropping them. They are 3 for 5 in the first quarter so far. Now, we have the annual TPBL awards coming up. Now, Benjamin Bentel, he's been quite a critical piece for the Formosa Dreamers campaign for playoffs. Unfortunately, I don't think he would be eligible to be Import Player of the Year. He's only logged in 14 games this season. I believe the minimum is 20 games. There's a shot out to Winston. Up high. The ball goes out of bounds, still Mars's ball. Bentel wants to call for a challenge. We'll see if Creighton obliges. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, at that point you kind of have to. Bentel asking over and over and over again.
I really enjoy everybody's different ways of signaling. Some people, they do draw a square. I saw Doug Creighton. It's just circles. Just 2 circles. What is it? Going clockwise and counterclockwise. This is our second time taking a look at the IRS.
Doug Creighton not as artistically inclined, I guess.
Just stick to his day job, I suppose.
I mean, Bentel seemed pretty adamant. He's right there, so he would know. I don't know, Taylor. I don't know if there's enough. clear enough evidence there to overturn it.
Perhaps the baseline camera will give us the best point of view. Pong Pong there. Yeah, I think Bentel might have a case.
I don't know if his left hand kind of grazes it on the way down.
Okay, so we'll take a look at it once more. So this is what I assume is the last touch. Yes, that's Pong Pong's hand. Ooh, you're right. I do see
left
Bentel's
hand, maybe. I don't know.
I do see Bentel's left hand graze the ball as it's going in that direction. But I mean, you're right. Maybe it's one of those too hard to tell 50-50 calls where the call will remain unchanged. But again, this is the best view. So we're still looking at the baseline camera point.
Those two refs are going at it, man. They are staring at that screen.
Gotta make sure you get the call right. Especially with a tight game right now. It's a tight score, 24-all, and a challenge was a successful call. After all, it changes over to the Dreamers. Now this is to say that Taipei Taishin Mars only having one import player rotating in and out. It's all locals for the Mars, whereas for Dreamers, you got Player of the Month and Player of the Week. Jed with a spin and fadeaway. Holman trying to fight for the rebound. Loose ball there. Holman getting triple teamed up. 100% effort from the Taipei Taishin Mars. They have possession once again with 20 seconds left in regulation. No shot clock.
Yeah, not a bad strategy defensively to close out this quarter when you have all local guys in there to throw a zone at the Dreamers.
Side pass from Yenting. And goes the Hail Mary. What a way to finish the first quarter. The Taipei Taishin Mars squeezed by with a 3-point lead. So we'll get ourselves a quick break. Strong start for the Taipei Taishin Mars. Stay tuned for more TPBL.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
You are doing what you were meant to do.
We represent people on the worst day of their lives.
That hospital killed my boy.
Let us help you. We're going against the biggest firm in the state.
Mr. Baird, I look forward to some more friendly sparring.
His client is guilty of criminal conspiracy.
Donnie Ray Black was murdered. They knew about it. They covered it up.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
The Rainmaker on AXN.
Terrorist on the loose in Sydney.
Bomb squad's 15 minutes out.
This thing will be over in 3.
Back up!
Fake name, criminal record.
The hell has Blue got herself into?
She's not a serial killer, is she? You signed up to a dating site. You're a catch, Sergeant.
Macca, forgot about the fact that I'm funny.
No, I didn't.
NCIS Sydney premieres April 20th, only on AXN.
It's called The Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot.
That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
The Hunting Party on AXN.
This English broadcast is brought to you by AXN Sports, the newest segment to AXN Asia. You are watching Game 113. Taipei Taishin Mars have their final head-to-head against the Formosa Dreamers. They take the lead after Pong Pong's Hail Mary shot to beat the clock.
Yeah, you have to be pleased with the Mars effort, the way they've come out and they've taken this game aggressively head on. But the question is, can they sustain it for an entire game?
Stevanovic choosing to have only local players on the court, and Doye going to get some solid rest. It looks like most of the players on the court are coming off of the bench, besides Carl, number 9. So again, Stevanovic today tasked to having to really stagger the starters and bench players. Aji starting the second quarter, 13 seconds on the clock. Holman with the jumper around and out.
And you know, for the Dreamers, just I would say so-so. You know, not terrible, not great. Definitely would like to see a lead and maybe more intensity a little bit, because like on that last three-pointer by Pong Pong, Holman going at him, but you know his hands were down to start. He didn't really try and go at him aggressively, close out. And that can be indicative of the entire team's defensive mentality. On your home court, with a team with a lot of injuries, you want to put them away.
Eichmann with the long range 2, couldn't get it, as Aji brings it over to Formosa Dreamers. Dentil downhill to Eric Holman, draws a foul off of number 5, Wei Peng Hao.
When do you think we'll see Ma?
That's a great question.
He is going to play this one, right?
Yeah, so on,
Just.
yeah, he is on the active roster on April 13th. Every Monday we get a list of injured players, and it was a game time decision. So that's your guess is as good as mine right now, as we take a third look at the IRS right now.
Oh, you're keeping track. Number 3.
Oh yeah, I count for you.
Yeah, Coach Creighton, I'm sure, has in his mind how many minutes he wants Ma to get and under what circumstance he wants him to come in. But it will be really pretty important to work him back into game speed, get his legs back underneath him, and get back into the flow of the offense.
Yeah, indeed. It was tough to lose him. He sprained his ankle in World Cup qualifiers as they upgrade the foul to an unsportsmanlike foul. So, you know, sprained ankles are tough because you really just can't put any weight. You can't really work it out. Time is the only thing that'll fix it. So we have yet to see him play. His last game was February 14th, as both teams get a bit of break in between. Holman will be at the line.
And you mentioned time with the ankle sprain, Taylor, and then once you're back on the court, there's some time as well there before you fully trust it, you know, and you're not thinking about it anymore, and you're going 100%.
Yeah, a lot of, I don't know about you or how you feel, but I feel that this season, locals and imports have endured a lot more injuries than last season.
It does seem like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, particularly the more serious ones. ACL tears had been quite an issue, particularly for the Kaohsiung Aquas.
Yeah, their season was kind of doomed injury-wise from the get-go. They never had their entire squad at all.
Yeah, never a squad with full health. I mean, like you said, it started all the way from Cooper with a torn ACL back in the final game 7, and it was like dominoes. Everybody else just came falling through, and Eric Holman from the back gets the ambush block.
Yeah, then they had the revolving door of imports, and then they switched coaches. So just a tough season for the Aquas after making it all the way to the championship series.
Yeah, quite unfortunate there. They couldn't bounce back as they did last season, as the Jet dropped the three-piece. 29-27, current score.
Yeah, you could tell that one was going in right when it left his hand. Nice and smooth, good rotation.
Yeah, he's really kind of had a revitalization this season back in the starting lineup. Hasn't had this many game starts since his tenure with the Taipei Fubon Braves. Here he comes again. Ooh, drawing another foul. That looked pretty good. Too bad it didn't fall.
Yeah, for older guys like him, the #1 issue, of course, is health. Physically, what do you do between games during the week to keep yourself physically in shape and ready to play each time?
I always forget that he's already 37 years old.
He is. He's not playing like it.
No, definitely not. Talk about his numbers improving. He only got 9 game starts, 5 points a game, versus now he's a game starter, 27 minutes, 10 points per game. Even improving on his assists. Maybe not the free throws, though, as we see here.
Although the Dreamers, I believe they are the top free throw shooting team in terms of percentage. So at this stage in the game, the second quarter just underway, they have their second time leading 3 points. This is where I would urge the defensive pressure to try and really open up this game a little bit.
Here's Brandon Gilbeck drawing a foul. That would be on Carl, number 9. Taipei Taishin Mars got 3 team fouls. Dreamers only with 1.
Yeah, you got the Lioneers who are chasing you in the standings coming in tomorrow. You do not want to mess around this game. You don't want a tight 4 or 5 point game where you have to play your guys, regular guys, throughout the entire game. You know, emotionally taxing, mentally taxing. You want to put it away early. Get your guys, your bench guys, some minutes. Get Ma in there, get his juices flowing a little bit, and rest your regulars and to prepare for the Lioneers tomorrow.
Brandon Gilbeck misses his first free throw and unfortunately his second.
Lane violation.
I was confused for a second because I saw a couple of Dreamers coaches. They looked upset. So, but you're right. It is a very lane violation. Gilbeck getting a 3rd chance, and he makes the last one. So Formosa Dreamers trying to pull ahead in the lead. Current score 31-27. And Doi checking back into the game, as well as Shin Mingjun. So replacing Iceman, gonna take turns on delegating the point guard position, and that lands back over to Carl. Skip pass, loose ball there, and no call by the referees. Mars still get a chance, but there's a shot clock violation. Couldn't make any decisions there.
Yeah, even though that was a shot clock violation, again, you have to appreciate the energy and the scramble, you know, the grit of the Mars so far.
As much grit as they have. Unfortunately, they have yet to score in this quarter. We have our first timeout in our hands. Score now 31-27. We will be right back with more TPBL.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
You are doing what you were meant to do.
We represent people on the worst day of their lives. That hospital killed my boy.
Let us help you. We're going against the biggest firm in the state.
Mr. Baylor, I look forward to some more friendly sparring.
His client is guilty of criminal conspiracy.
Donnie Ray Black was murdered. They knew about it. They covered it up.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
The Rainmaker on AXN.
Terrorist on the loose in Sydney.
Bomb squad's 15 minutes out.
This thing will be over in 3.
Back up!
Fake name, criminal record.
What the hell has Blue got herself into?
She's not a serial killer, is she? You signed up to a dating site. You're a catch, Sergeant.
Macca, forgot about the fact that I'm funny.
No, I didn't.
NCIS Sydney premieres April 20th, only on AXN.
Clive Xu and Taylor Chin presenting you game 113. Taipei Taishin Mars in town here at Intercontinental Mini Dome.
Just looking at the stats, Wako hasn't taken a shot yet. I think the Dreamers would, it would behoove them, it'd be beneficial for them if they got him involved a little bit. And for the Mars, Wang Tonghan, who made 8 threes this last game, he hasn't scored yet either. So maybe on the Mars side, try and get him involved, get him some open looks.
Yeah, you talked about the slow coming up for the Formosa Dreamers. They're not starting off strong, not bad, but not as intense as you had liked. But I will say here's the turnover committed by the Taipei Taishin Mars, and Xiao An checking into the game with the lay-in. I did mention that 4 players on the Dreamer side, they scored double digits. Now I will say Randall Wackel is the only one that actually scores below his average, only 7 points per game against Mars. More subs coming in. Kenny Chen checking back in. 4 minutes into the second quarter, as the Dreamers are pulling ahead, currently 35-27.
The Mars still have yet to score. Almost past the 4-minute mark here.
Jun, too strong. He's got the look, but the shots aren't falling right now for any of the Mars players. And Ndoye is really shut out thanks to Brandon Gilbeck and Xiao An. Quick to corral the rebound. Here comes Randall Wackel. Let's see if he can get on the board. No, Bentil will give them another chance.
Jets open. Jets open.
Wide open. Here he comes. There's a 3. Lasers in. Now they lead by 11 points.
Yeah, you saw Bentil there signaling to his ears. You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know you're wide open there. I'll find you.
Adrian no look to Carl. Carl from the corner. Down the hatch it goes. They finally get points on the board this quarter.
Zhang Mingjun's got a nice pull-up jumper there. He didn't shoot it that time, but the previous possession, he gets some good height, gets some good extension on that shot.
Jet once again with the touch. Off mark though. Here comes Kenny Chen against his former team. Second season with the Mars, and Ndoye draws a foul off of BG. Nearly running into the baseline fans again. We got some protection here, luckily, you and me.
Good. I do not want Ndoye crashing into us over here.
Yeah, we got some valuable equipment, and we're not talking about our voices.
That's a big boy. Ndoye, sorry, go ahead.
No, Bentil getting some rest right now. Ndoye will be at the line.
Ndoye, I'm checking his three-pointer average is 1.4 per game. Makes 0.3, so that's 23%. And the reason I mentioned that is because on that closeout, Gilbeck left his feet. So as a player, you want to know what the offensive tool set of your opponent is. And knowing that, you know, you close out, but you stay on your feet. You don't go in the air and allow Ndoye to then drive to the basket and go to the line for 2. You're almost baiting him to let him shoot that three-pointers until he makes some. Then you maybe start changing your strategy a little bit.
Well, good thing for the Dreamers. Ndoye missed both of those free throws. Here's Holman. Bodies up against Carl, and that bounces in. (40-30). Chen Mingjun coming in with the and 1.
I mean, from what I've seen this first half of Xie Mingjun, I like his game. Really calm. He makes good decisions. He has a really nice pull-up jumper, and there, you know, Holman coming over, protecting the ball unafraid, going right at him.
His first game, his first pro ball debut was against the Formosa Dreamers, and he came through really surprising the crowd and the Dreamers. He scored his season high of 17 points coming off the bench that particular game. So not a game starter, but he does make an impact on the court.
Yeah, averaging over 17 minutes per game. you can definitely see the potential in Xie Mingjun. And that's something as the Mars will definitely want to build on and continue to develop. 2 quick fouls. Now, first one was poked out, that one a foul on Kenny Chen.
And the Mars, they picked up 3 local players this season, 2 draft picks, as well as picking up a free agent that is Liu Yanting from the Kaohsiung Steelers. Xiao An is at the line now. So in their last game, Xiao An scored 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists for that 27-point comeback.
Yeah, that game was the Eric Holman game. He was literally just their offense.
Indeed it was.
The second quarter before everybody else came to life.
Yeah, he was nominated for Player of the Week for good reason. And here comes Ndoye past Brandon Gilbert. Trying to buy a foul and can't seem to do it. 5.5 minutes to go. And Taipei Taishin Mars finally managing to get points on the board in the last minute. And Xiao An drains the 3. A lot more 3-point attempts from the Formosa Dreamers, and they're certainly dropping more. They're 6 for 13, and there's another turnover committed by the Mars. Xiao An with the lob over to Holman. There's a double team set up for the import. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Another trap set for Holman, and there's the steal for Kenny Chen. And there's the dial in and answer for Huang Tonghan.
Not sure what Holman was thinking on that possession. He just held on to the ball way too long.
Yeah.
Resulting in easy bucket for the Mars. They're going to a timeout.
Could not find his man there. The score now 44-37. The Taipei Taishin Mars, they're showing quite a bit of grit in today's game. So all they can do is really play spoilers from here on out. With the remaining games that they have, their last game will be May 2nd against the Lioneers. We take a look at some of the moving highlights.
Spain, 西班牙挡着那个人，直接把他推出去。You stay in your pink. He's
So
going to
Huang
push out
Tonghan
the guard setting
finally
the Spain.
getting
Right?
points on the board. Again,
Let's go,
hitting
ear
his
four.
career high. Let's
Ear
see
four.
if we can hear Doug Crane right now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Teddy. Yeah, same thing. Flare this. Look to die right there. All right? Let's go, let's go. Fairly on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fairly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Doug was talking about there, but what I would like to see from the Dreamers again, I mentioned it when the quarter was like around the 9-minute mark. I want to see you open up a 10-15 point lead and just put the game away. There's still a whole second half to play, but the Mars, there's no indication that I think that they're going to slow down or, roll over and give up. They're going to keep coming at you. So you have to kind of match that intensity, which we talked about at the beginning of the game. Don't play to the level of your opponent. Play like you are a championship team and put teams away that you should be putting away.
Absolutely, I would agree with that. But, as you said earlier, maybe right now Doug Creighton's priority is to really save the energy for tomorrow's match against the Lioneers. That is a very critical win for the Dreamers to remain in second place, maybe even try to surpass the Leopards. 1 point, 1 second, shot clock violation.
Yeah, the Dreamers 1 game behind the Leopards in the standings. The Leopards play later today against DEA at DEA. So if the Dreamers win, the Leopards lose, they'll be in a tie. And then tomorrow, all on their own effort, the Dreamers could take that top spot, which the Leopards have been in the entire season, right?
Yes.
Start to finish almost.
Yeah, so if we have the scenario that you just mentioned, that will be the first time first place will be tied between two teams. Pull-up jumper for Xie Mingjun is off mark there, and there's a football throw by Holman. Maybe stick to basketball, not football.
Incomplete.
Yes. Well, no football now, but we do have baseball and basketball in season here in Taiwan. Chen Mingjun delegated as point in replacement of Ding. Barry's three is off mark there. Holman once again with possession back over to Xiaoan. So they're only having one point guard in their rotation so far in this game. There's a lob outwards to Holman. Holman for the three. Oh my goodness. The splash zone from the Dreamer side.
Good anticipation there by Liu to pick off that pass.
More pressure on the Mars. 13 seconds on the clock. Holman with back-to-back threes.
Oh.
He's got ice in his face there. And Stevanovic calls for the timeout. Trying to put a stoppage in Holman right now.
Holman's feeling it.
Yeah, but he's looking pretty cool, calm, and collected right now. Currently leading in scoring for the Dreamers, 11 points now. So as I said, back-to-back threes for this guy right here. Right now, the Dreamers have really gotten the stroke from the outside. They're hitting 56% of their shots. Now, granted, Taipei Taishin Mars are not too far behind considering they're still hitting above their season average, 41% to be exact right now. This regular season, 33%. They stand at 4th amongst the 7 teams.
Yeah, perhaps the big difference there is that the Dreamers 9 of 16 in three-point land. So their strength, they're playing to their strength. This is their home court, their home gym. They're used to these rims, they're used to the environment. And now they've opened up a 13-point lead, and this is where the last 3 minutes, you put your foot down on the pedal even harder and really try and put this game away right here.
And the most threes that the Formosa Dreamers have made this season was 24 total, and that was back in November 23, and that was against also the Taipei Taishin Mars. Maybe they're going to try to tie or even surpass their record today. This is their final head-to-head matchup. The Dreamers have a perfect record, 5-0 against the Mars. Indoi going around Brandon Gilbeck. Got another chance. Good save by Yinting, and that shot gets blocked off by Lewis. Checking into the game for the first time. Here comes Eric Holman. What a finish! A quick feet, there's a turnover. Lewis with another steal, and Holman with another bucket attempt. Third time could be the charm. No, not the charm, but he draws a foul. Getting a little bit of a beating.
I mean, just this game and last game against the Lioneers, you never know when Holman is just going to take over.
No, you're right. You never
just
know,
out of nowhere, like I'll just.
But it's a bullet train once it hits you.
Once it a bullet train, it's threes. It's 3 consecutive offensive rebounds down low. I mean, sometimes he just looks kind of lackadaisical, not totally into the game, and then bam, all of a sudden.
Yeah, unfortunately here you see Indoi's not fast enough to go back to defense, as you saw there. It was 4 against 1 there, and Holman had 3 chances in the paint. So again, Stevanovic having only 1 input play, he really needs to reserve Indoi's energy on the court.
Yeah, and after a pretty good first quarter offensively, the Mars have just stalled here with just 10 points. I think you can just keep trying to go back into Ndoye, but it's not going to help if you keep turning the ball over like this.
They're setting up a trap right there on the sideline, and it's been quite effective against Mars. Don't seem to have a solution. Again, they don't have a true point guard on the court right now, so they're going to struggle. Whereas Dreamers, they have the luxury of switching in and out between Ling Junji as well as Xiao An. And as we saw earlier, Lewis checking into the game for the first time. He's already logged in 2 steals in the game. 8 seconds on the shot clock. From the corner, pulls the trigger, does not hit the target. Under 2 minutes remain in the second quarter. Coco swinging it to Pong Pong. Doi shaking off Benjamin Bentel for the 3. Bricks it, and Achi steps on the line. Oh, it's a relief for the Taipei Taishin Mars. "14 seconds on the shot clock. Back over to Mingjun. Mingjun with the contested shot, gets set back to the sender. Get past to Gilbeck, taking advantage of his former teammate in Chinese Taipei, but nothing to show for.
Gilbeck, I think, is a player I would like to see a little more offensively out of him. We all know what he can do defensively. And during those FIBA games when he represents the Taiwan national team, sometimes he scores upwards he's 20 plus points. So I like to see him carry that over to the Dreamers. I think anything they can get from him offensively, like that shot just right there, just a little flat, maybe off the glass. He should have used the glass, but a capable offensive player, and I think he could be a big part of them offensively.
So Enjoy will be at the line once again. We'll have to tally up how many times he'll be at the free throw today.
He's 5 of 10. He's 11 and 12. I set the over-under at 20. I'm definitely buying over. Nobody on the Dreamers in foul trouble yet. Oh, Holman has 3. No, sorry. Holman has 2. Gilbeck 2, Zhang Yuan 2.
Yeah, they called the foul just now for number 20, Lewis, after Coco had an effective screen on Gilbeck. So one more free throw is granted for Ndoye. So it looked to be another lane violation here. Third one's the charm. Score now 53-39. 1-1-1 to go. Bentel with the upward pass, out of bounds, Mars possession.
Yeah, a little lob pass to Gilbeck that he just wasn't anticipating or ready for.
And Mars really packing the paint there on defense. Bring it over, Xie Mingjun. Chased down by Achi, reset out in the perimeter. Kenny Chen from up top, trying to cash in the 3. Back to Achi. Misfire pass out of bounds. Oh, but Mars player looked like had the last touch. "38 seconds on the clock, and it looks like Doug Creighton is choosing to call for a timeout. So despite having a perfect record against Taipei Taishin Mars and with a much smaller active roster, Taipei Taishin Mars are still fighting.
Yeah, it is a 14-point lead, but you just kind of get the sense that they've been hanging around. The Dreamers have opened up a little bit of a lead here. We'll see what adjustments each team makes during the halftime and how they come out in the third quarter. But Doug Creighton calling this timeout just to set up a set play, take advantage of, before the half ends, to set something up strategically to get a good shot.
Now for the Taipei Taishin Mars, they were officially eliminated against the Taoren Taiwan Beer Leopards back in April 5th. Shortly, the Kaohsiung Aquas got eliminated against the Leopards as well. As we take a look at the current highlights, with Creighton's called timeout. Now for the Taipei Taishin Mars, they actually score more on the road as opposed to playing at home. They average 95 points at home, where they'll have their final homestand next weekend. They score 100 points on the road.
Well, that's a pretty big difference.
It's a big difference. But all of the other teams, they outscore at home versus on the road. So this is a bit of an anomaly for the Mars. That one is off mark, and Ryan gets the rebound.
So the end of both quarters so far, the Mars have sat back in the zone, so that's definitely a strategy that they like to employ.
Sidestepping his former player, still no points to show for it. Here's Lewis in and 2 points for Lewis, and Hong Kong off the glass. Dime dish by Kenny Chen to end the first half of game 113. Current score, we conclude the first half 55-41. The Taipei Taishin Mars still fighting in this game. We've got a short timeout before we talk about some of the highlights and the team stats. So we will be right back with more TPBL.
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot.
That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
The Hunting Party on AXN.
Looks like we have a prison break on our hands.
Making a break for it.
This man's cold-blooded.
There's a 12-year-old girl being held captive by a violent murderer.
We cannot let her spiral into terror. Everyone stack on the house.
He's been watching you.
Oh my God.
He locked us down here.
FBI. Only on AXN.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
You are doing what you were meant to do.
We represent people on the worst day of their lives. That hospital killed my boy.
Let us help you. We're going against the biggest firm in the state.
Mr. Baylor, I look forward to some more friendly sparring.
His client is guilty of criminal conspiracy. Donnie Ray Black was murdered. They knew about it. They covered it up.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
The Rainmaker on AXN.
Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can tell me no, you can't
current score right now for game 113 is 55-41. The Formosa Dreamers trying to keep their perfect record intact over the Taipei Taishin Mars. They were really held down in the second quarter. They didn't get points up until maybe 7 or 6 minutes remaining in the second.
Yeah, they started off the game really well. Number 15, he hit a bunch of shots, but you know the offensive firepower of the Dreamers just proving to be too much so far in this game.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing a lot of the younger players, particularly the draft picks such as Xian Mingjun as well as Wei Penghao on the lineup. Again, they're switching in and out with Ding Ding out of the lineup. Sam Manu is also out due to injury. So they're doing what they can, but again, it's just the lack of experience playing on the court and really being delegated as point on the game. It's just not quite doing it quite yet. So we're looking to see if they can adjust in the second half.
Yeah, so they in the first quarter, I mean, they made a very conscious effort to go into Ndoye. He was really active offensively on the boards as well. Kind of went quieter in the second quarter as most of the team did as they struggled to score.
All right, we'll be back for more.
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot. That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
狩猎游戏就在 AXN。4月 AXN 强档电影，家族面临终极复仇，唐老大陷入生死决战。
I'm coming for you, son.
玩命关头时，总部沦为战场。探员誓死守护唯一证人。反恐特警组10万火急。
Game on。
孤岛死囚残酷对决，杀戮游戏谁能生存？火线禁区，冒险开局，魔幻成真。
Whose turn is it?
非洲丛林全面入侵。野蛮游戏，4月精彩电影。就在 AXN。
Is this the famous Rex?
他们将解答
Mind telling me what you're doing?
大家的疑问。
Rex just found the murder weapon.
同心协力
Rex, go!
全力以赴，只为破案。
He's starting to like me better than you.
Rex, is this true? You like her better than me? Is that right?
To my handsome guy.
Don't get cocky now.
警犬妙探哈德逊与雷克斯。 就在 AXN。
This is the ambassador's first official party. Keep your eyes peeled and your comms open.
Hannah, I need you. Yes, Mom. Put the embassy on immediate lockdown.
If we allow anybody to leave the embassy,
Kill what?
blow up the plane.
全新第2季《赤眼危机》，4月22日起晚上9点。 AXN 全台首播。
Taking a look at the current halftime stats between Mars and Dreamers. Overall, from the field, Dreamers are out shooting the Mars 45% as well as 3 points. Now, it's a big thanks to Eric Holman coming off the bench once again. When it hits you, he hits you like a bullet train, as we had mentioned before. And again, the Dreamers, they have the size with their healthy import players, as Mars only have Ndoye, So they are protecting the paint. They are dominating more so in the paint as they have 31 rebounds, only 18 for the Mars.
Yeah, Holman hitting all 3 of his 3-point attempts, 47%. Part of that is the Dreamers have a good shooting team. They're a good shooting team, but part of that is the Mars need to make more of an effort to deny those passes and put a hand up in those shots.
With limited options, we take a look at the score rankings on both sides. Yusuf and Doi with 13 points. Dreamers, only one player with double digits on the scoreboard. Eric Holman with 14 points, but 3 players all sitting at 9 points, so they're only 1 point away from hitting double digits. Xie Mingjun as the rookie coming through the gates with 10 points himself. So let's see if he could take the lead in the second half.
Yeah, and that's oftentimes what we see from the Dreamers, is there's not one guy that just scores a bunch of points. Holman did it last game against the Lioneers, but oftentimes you'll find 4 or 5, sometimes, up to 7 guys that are in double digits that are all contributing offensively.
All right, well, more after the break.
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot. That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
狩猎游戏就在 AXN。4月 AXN 强档电影，家族面临终极复仇，唐老大陷入生死决战。
I'm coming for you, son.
玩命关头时，总部沦为战场。
Duck.
探员誓死守护唯一证人。反恐特警组10万火急。
Game on.
孤岛死囚残酷对决，杀戮游戏谁能生存？火线禁区，冒险开局，魔幻成真。
Whose turn is it?
非洲丛林全面入侵，野蛮游戏。4月精彩电影就在 AXN。
Is this the famous Rex?
他们将解答
Mind telling me what you're doing?
大家的疑问，
Rex just found the murder weapon.
同心协力，
Rex, go!
全力以赴，只为破案。
Starting to like me better than you.
Rex, is this true? You like her better than me? Is that right?
My handsome guy.
Don't get cocky now.
警犬妙探哈德逊与雷克斯就在 AXN。
Just watch me now. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground.
Clive Xu and Taylor Chen presenting you at game 113. We're about to start off on the second half. So we're seeing if the Dreamers can end strong or can play very strongly for the last 2 quarters. Whereas for the Taipei Taishin Mars, well, we're going to need to see more of their shooters come through.
Yeah, I want to see the Dreamers come out super aggressive, pretend like the score is 0-0, don't rest on your laurels, and really put this game away. So they're thinking rest up a little bit for the Lioneers tomorrow. And but I don't expect the Mars to just roll over. Their young guys have come to play. They've been showing it their entire first half, and I expect them to make a push to start out this quarter as well.
Now the question is whether or not we'll see Ma Jianhao make his return in the second half, but we'll find out very shortly. The game is about to tip off once again. Possession goes to the Formosa Dreamers. Now, a quick update for the UBA Final Four, actually. Zixing Dashi women's team has qualified for the finals against Zhongxing Xueyuan. So that is actually the CTBC DA's college team. 8 seconds on the shot clock now. 5, and Xiaoan checks into the game.
Great way to start the quarter, start the half. Now lock it down defensively and just keep padding that lead and keep taking it to the Mars.
Yeah, the Taipei Taishin Mars, they're playing a little bit bigger. Peng Peng on the court with Ndoye as well to start the third quarter. Huang Tonghan pulling back for the 3. Upwards it goes. And Fiji getting the rebound.
Yeah, so Huang Tonghan, after hitting 8 3-pointers the previous game, is 0 for 3 so far this game. I also look for Wako. Nice lob pass. A little bit too high for Gilbert.
They'll get that in time. It's been a while since Brandon Gilbeck has pulled the alley-oop, and here is Jet trying to beat the clock. No way. Ndoye getting the board.
I look for Wako to try and get it going this quarter as well. He is scoreless. So the 2 shooters, number 2 and number 3 in the league in terms of 3-pointers made.
Left wide open, Kenny Chen catches in the 3 from the corner. It's his first 3 made today.
Correction there, Wako is number 2 with 66 3-pointers made, and Huang Tonghan is number 4 with 59.
Block shot made by Huang Tonghan there, and here comes Kenny Chen. And there's a 3 dialed in, and he gets the answer.
Yeah, so if you're Zhang Yuan, you can't leave a shooter, a good shooter, that wide open. And you know, he just kind of got caught watching there. At bare minimum, you need a hand in the face.
Mars starting off with 2 threes to against Dreamers is 1 made by Xiaoan. Here's Bento pulling back for the fadeaway, and he gets nothing but.
That was textbook post offense right there. You get the ball in the post, you make your initial move, nothing's there. You pass it back out. Wako understood the situation, dumped it right back in there. And Bento got the fadeaway shot.
Ndoye trying to punish the rim. He draws a foul.
Ndoye, 13 points leading the Mars. He's lived at the free throw line this game, 7 of 12 so far. Just 3 of 4 from 2-pointers. Most of his points coming from free throws, and shows you how hard he's working down low and how difficult he is to contain.
Ndoye at the line. Again, saying he is listed at 55% at the line. But again, he's a workhorse. He did log in 42 minutes against the Kaohsiung Aquas as the only import player. Against the Aquas, Christian Krajina, they chose to only play him. So definitely taking the size advantage over Krajina. Krajina's not really a true center, so Ndoye had quite the game on April 12th, and here's Bento from the top. Breaks the 3. Score now 60-48. Final homestand for the Formosa Dreamers. Let's see if they can sweep their series as they play a very critical match against the Hsinchu Lioneers.
Yeah, if the Dreamers do indeed sweep the series, that will be the only combination this season in the TPBL where one team has utterly dominated another team. 15-point margin, average margin of victory we saw in the game keynotes to start off today. Bento, another 3. Another splash.
Went like water for Benjamin Bentel. See another assist for Xiangru as we got ourselves another timeout. Dreamers still holding on to that lead, 66-48. We'll be right back with more TPBL.
明日情节这啊！
哎，
不好意思，请你先冷静，可以告诉我现场状况吗？
啊，是不是有血啊？还有巨额虫啊！我这个。那他这次回来是要接你的工作吗？
谁想要自己的孩子吃这种苦？
小心！
周六台剧盛宴《人生清理员》，星期六晚上9点 ，AXN 首播。
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot.
That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
狩猎游戏就在 AXN。
AXN Sports giving you your dose of pro basketball all of this weekend. We are starting back up, score 66-48. The threes are falling for the Taipei Taishin Mars, and Bentil gets called the foul. So starting from the sideline, Mars got 14 seconds to convert this possession into points. Mars have yet to have a lead in this game. Pong Pong swinging it outwards. And Doi going in, body deep in against Brandon Gilbeck.
Barely beats the shot clock right there. A rare jumper from Ndoye. He drains it. That was good patience by Pong Pong, working on Bentel in the post there to find a good outlet pass.
Xie Mingjun keeping an eye on Xiaoan there, swinging back to Jet. The whistle comes for Mars. Dreamers have 14 seconds remain on the clock. Eric Holman checks back into the game. As Ryan will also check in as well. Holman pulls the trigger and it gets
So Bentel with 2 3-pointers. Holman comes in right off the bench, drains a 3-pointer. So again, defensively for the Mars, you have to just really try and close out on those shooters and at least make more of an effort to make it not so easy a look for them. Although that one from Holman was way out. That one's way outside too.
Around and out though, and Doi corralling the rebound. Kenny Chen going in deep with no avail. Brandon Gilbeck is an absolute wall.
Yeah, Kenny Chen went in with a bunch of trees around him.
Forces it in the 3. Score now 72-50. They lead 22 points now.
Yeah, the floodgates are about to open right here for the Dreamers. A 14-point halftime lead is now at 22.
Yeah, Xie Mingjun's effort is dwindling down, starting from the second quarter, really. And Xiaoan shot.
What's happening, Taylor? What is happening? 6 of 8 this quarter.
They are going through shooting practice right now with what we're seeing. As we'll have to take a look at how many threes that they've already hit in this quarter alone.
Yeah, 6 of 8. That's the 6th one.
Nasty. 71% from out in the perimeter. Now, to be fair, if we're looking at this quarter alone, the Mars they're 66%, but they're just not making as many attempts. They're not really feeling confident right now in the quarter. Take a look at the moving highlights. That's Ryan pulling the trigger himself there.
Yeah, so you can see on that shot, Ndoye is on him, but he's just kind of there. That one, Kenny was a little late getting over. So when the Dreamers are setting that screen, that high screen, you have to try and defend it differently. You can't go under it. You have to go over it. And if the guy gets stuck there, the closest other guy on that wing has to come over and help. And at least make them rotate the ball and move it around a little bit to get an open shot. Because right now it's just too easy, like you said, it's shooting practice for the Dreamers.
Again, this is Taipei Taishin Mars without their floor general, Ding Sunru, on the court. He is actually the TPBL's assist leader. So without him on the court, well, we're really seeing what goes on, as looks like Ndoye is still on the court for the Mars.
Yeah, and he's been like massaging his knee. He's been like stretching it. So he's not. Doesn't seem like he's physically 100%.
No.
Before the game, he was doing some extra stretches. So maybe all the minutes are taking his toll on his 34-year-old body a little bit.
Ooh, way to beat the clock there for Iceman himself. I mean, look, again, credit to...
Misses both free throws there. Dreamers lead will stay at 20. So this is kind of like the involvement, is that a right word? The evolution, there we go. The evolution of the Dreamers. Whereas like in the beginning of the season, a 14-point halftime lead at some point in the third quarter, you know, they would have a little mental lapse, relax a little bit. The opposing team will turn to 4 or 5 points before they would, you know, okay, we gotta start playing again. But as you see from this game, of course, the Mars dealing with injuries, just one import. They've extended to 20, up to 22 points at one point. So you can see that the team has made adjustments, is making improvements mentally as they gear up for the playoffs. Holman with a little ankle breaker there, couldn't make a shot.
Too bad. That could have been in the highlight reel for the Dreamers. Kenny Chen going around Brandon Gilbeck. Out of bounds and back goes back to the Dreamers. The Dreamers still hold on to a 20-point lead. Kenny Chen in this game, he's got 10 points now. Mars got plenty of fouls to give. They only have one team foul, and Ryan's shot goes outside of the board, and Brandon Gilbeck gets the and one. Off of former teammate Kenny Chen, that will be Kenny's third foul. Yeah, hard contact on the arm on getting the rebound, so we'll see BG at the line. Was naturalized back in November, but 2024. And here we have Ma Jianhao checked into the game for the first time for Ryan.
It's got to feel good for him being back on the court. Must be itching to play, and here we go.
Yeah, he was listed as a game time decision on the injury list. Again, his last game played was February 14th. Another foul for the Dreamers.
Yeah, I think if the Dreamers to make a deep playoff run, I think they definitely need Ma. They have Aji coming off the bench. He's instant offense. But Ma can easily put up another 15, 20 points on any given night for you. Adds another three-point threat. Is tall, lanky, you know, plays good defense.
Another foul is called on Dreamers side. Brandon Gilbeck, he might be in some trouble now.
Yeah, and Ndoye is just taking a beating today.
Yeah, he looks gassed.
Yeah, he's gassed, and offensively, defensively, Gilbeck is letting him have it.
Yeah, and again, Stevanovic still choosing to only have Ndoye as the big guy on the court. Pompong is not going to be on the court anytime soon. 2 minutes, 6 seconds remain.
I mean, I would guess if we stay at this 20, 23 to 25 margin at the fourth quarter, maybe he'll start off playing a couple minutes. I would expect pretty soon, you know, the rest of the bench guys will get some good minutes here. Back to Ma Jianhao, his part of his maturation process. He's an emotional player. He's passionate, and that's something you can't teach a player. It's definitely really good, but sometimes it gets the best of him. Whether it's a poor decision, an extra shot, or a flagrant foul. So that's something I look for him. Gilbeck slams it down. Something that I look for Ma to continue to develop and mature in.
Well, that's what the Dreamers wanted to see there. They're the alley-oop run by Aji and Brandon Gilbeck. But you're right. You know, Raven Ma, he's got the energy, and I think he's very motivated, and he's hungry to return to the game in a positive way. Not so much so as having pressure to perform well, but I think he's very unique. The Dreamers in place at second. You know, there's less pressure. Obviously, you wanna surpass the Leopards, but right now, for them, their priority is to just really set their place in the second seed position.
Yeah, and just by the fact that, you know, they still rested Bento. They didn't try to get him to that 20-game, you know, threshold so that he could win the MVP Import of the Year. So it shows you that it's all about team basketball. Ma! Not yet.
Close but no cigar as Lewis tries to go for the reverse lay-in.
Yeah, it's just part of the team culture, the winning culture that Coach Creighton is trying to build, that it's about the team. It's not about individual accolades.
Yenting fumbles the ball. It goes back to Dreamers. And here comes Eric Holman. There's a downhill. There's another foul on Mars. There's a bit of tension going on between Yenting and Holman. Yenting is just trying to take in the...
Just a good hard foul. Holman took exception to it. I don't think he was trying to hurt him or anything.
No, but he felt a certain type of way when he felt the smack by Yenting from behind. There you see it again from the baseline. And number 26, Li Dowei checks into the game. Now, once again, our fourth review at the IRS to see if that foul needs to be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike.
I mean, it was a hard swipe. He was going for the ball. Holman kind of lost his balance a little bit, which makes it look worse than it is. But
I think that's why he was also upset too, because you see kind of him running into Holman, so he loses balance too.
Right.
So
right.
Understandably frustrated by that, upset by that. But he didn't quite have to mouth off to Yenting.
Unnecessary at this point in the game.
Yeah, especially with a 84-57 lead. Let's take a look. It's just a standard foul.
Right.
Rightfully so. But, you know, Holman he's ready to close out this game. He's ready to finish the game early. He's put in 17 points in this game, 10 rebounds.
Yeah, and you know, that's part of his mentality, his attitude when he plays. You know, so it's all about knowing when to, you know, let those emotions go and when to contain it, how to use it, how to channel it, and how to funnel it. Ironically, after that play, it was Ma going over to calm everybody down.
A rarity, honestly. Maybe the month off really kind of matured him.
Yeah. You sit back, you watch your team win 9 games in a row, 10 out of the last 11.
Yeah.
So, whoa, maybe I'm not needed. I got to play my role here.
And Milan Stevanovic there. Just talking a little bit too much for the referee's liking. No technical, but a warning. And still going through it with the translator on his side. Bit of a delayed game now. I mean, oh, and we also have...
Is it called on him?
Ling Dui mouthing off there.
The big dog?
Big dog. Former Songshan High School head coach. This is the first.
Yeah, so tension's rising a little bit here. It's up to the refs to kind of keep this contained and not let it get out of hand.
And you know, this isn't really the game to be all haughty and to get all pushed and shoved around.
It's not. It's 86-57. You know, so we're heading to the fourth quarter. Let's just finish the game peacefully. Everybody intact. Emotions in check.
And especially since, you know, we're winding down the end of the third quarter. 15 seconds left in regulation. 12 on the shot clock. Also with Li Dowei checking into the game too. We would expect him coming in at the end of the fourth. And final possession goes to the Formosa Dreamers. Here's Ling Junji for the shot. Off glass, too strong. This might be the lowest scoring game that we have yet to see from the Taipei Taishin Mars. Current score now 86-57. So we'll get ourselves another break before we start the fourth quarter. Stay tuned for more at TPBL.
好的，现在我们要来抽出 Defiance 的梦想充电站活动的获选者，赛后呢可以和我们的山上优雅在场中合照。我们现在马上来抽出2位，第一位是我们的陈哲，电话后3码是906，我们的位置是在 D 区2排3号。接下来第2位呢是我们的佳玉，后3码是655，位置在 A 区10排10号。谢谢，我们待会会电话与你联系哦，恭喜你。
You're watching TPBL powered by AXN Sports. We are on the 4th quarter of game 113. Formosa Dreamers taking the lead 86-57. Unable to score past 20 points since the first quarter. They started off strong against the Formosa Dreamers, but I mean, Dreamers really put a cap on them.
And yeah, 27 points in the first quarter, 14-16. The Mars season low in terms of scoring was recently March 21st against the Leopards, just 73 points. 2 other games also in the 70s, 78 and 79. So they are capable of it. 16, they need 16 points this quarter. You know, at this point, you're just playing for pride. You're just playing as a professional, you're just competing. We see Zopos and for the Dreamers. The average age of the Dreamer players on the court just increased significantly with Zopos and lead the way.
Wow. That's crazy.
The wisdom in there.
That's a bold statement.
Well, we gotta still find something to talk about this quarter, right, Taylor?
We have yet to see him start a quarter, so this might be the first time this season.
Who else can we put out there to increase the average age a little more?
I would say.
Let's get Jet back out there.
Yeah, very true. Number 88 for the Formosa Dreamers, Jerry. He's on there, 35 years old.
Yep.
Very wisdomous right now on the court.
Shoot, let's give Doug get out his number 21 jersey. I'm sure he can run a couple minutes.
I'm respecting my elders here. I don't know what Clive is doing.
I'm very respectful right now. I want to see them on the court.
Yeah, so no imports for the Formosa Dreamers. There's a teardrop for Aji. That was way too short. $1 short there. Reven Ma Jianhao coming through, getting the lay-in.
That is a great, great sign to see for the Dreamers organization all around. You know, Wisely didn't try and force up the 3. Dry goes hard to the hole, gets the N1, testing out that ankle. Looking good. That's got to feel good for Ma.
Now Hayden checks into the game, as well as number 0, Jay Chen, with Reven Ma at the line.
See, average age continue to go up.
Ma Jianhao is the 8th Taiwanese draft pick in the CBA, played for the Jiangsu Dragons back in 2022. Decided to sign with his hometown team of Formosa Dreamers last season. So again, they're choosing to play only locals right now. Pom Pom with the fadeaway, too strong, return back to sender. Hayden logged in 2.5 minutes against the Lioneers towards the end of the game. After, again, a 27-point comeback, here comes Ma Jianhao. Too deep. Loose ball still for the Dreamers. Shot from the corner gets contested, blocked off, and here comes Xie Mingjun. Wall to wall. Right now, just Formosa Dreamers running practice right now, both sides with local players only.
Ma, 2 consecutive threes there, but I think just for his own confidence and just mentally, it's important for him to see that ball go through the hoop, especially on a 3-point shot. That's a big part of his game.
And I don't think he will really get scared off. I think he will just keep pushing. He'll keep inviting.
You are correct. You got me there, Taylor.
Yeah,
he will. He's not shy to shoot.
Yeah, he's very adamant. This is what we like to see in Reba Ma. Again, the question is, you know, throughout the years of watching him play pro ball here, is can he really harness that energy whenever he's feeling tense or angry? Can he really just put it back into the game itself?
Yeah. And, you know, Oscar Gao reminds me of Oscar Gao when Oscar was younger, with Oscar of the Lioneers. Kind of the same thing. But now you see him 3-4 years later into the league. You can see he still has that same passion, but he's able to harness it and he's able to bring it as a positive factor, positive impact to the game.
Yeah, he brings a way more upbeat, bright energy onto the court versus Reven it's a lot more fire and passion to the point where it's, you know, a little bit too spiked up in energy or anger even. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see, lead away for the 3 off mark, and Jay Chen corrals the rebound.
So this is to me, this is invaluable minutes for the bench guys, because at some point you never know when you're going to need one guy to step up. So the more reps you can get, the more game reps you can get, the better in the long run for the Dreamers as they're, you know, eyeing the playoffs and getting ready for that.
Bounce, still Lamar's possession, and we have ourselves our timeout in the 4th quarter, and we see a 90 to 60 point scoreboard. We will be right back.
Is this the famous Rex?
他们将解答
Mind telling me what you're doing?
大家的疑问，
Rex just found the murder weapon.
同心协力，
Rex, go!
全力以赴，只为破案。
He's starting to like me better than you.
Rex, is this true? You like her better than me? Is that right?
My handsome guy.
Don't get cocky now.
警犬妙探哈德逊与雷克斯，就在 AXN。
This is the ambassador's first official party. Keep your eyes peeled and your comms open.
Hannah, I need you. Yes, Mom.
Put the embassy on immediate lockdown. If we allow anybody to leave the embassy,
He'll what?
blow up the plane.
全新第2季《赤眼危机》，4月22日起晚上9点 ，AXN 全台首播。
You're watching TPBL, brought to you by AXN Sports. Clive Xu and Taylor Chen presenting Game 113. It's all the locals on the court right now. And as Clive likes to say, got some of the local players really bringing up or tacking up the average age.
It's going to be very smart, wise basketball now for the Dreamers. And for the Mars, you know, like we mentioned at the beginning, it's an excellent opportunity for guys that don't get a chance to play as much to show their progress, to show that fight, you know, to keep fighting and earning more playing time. Because I guarantee you the bench, the coaching staff of the Mars is watching everything. Are you hustling after a ball? Are you in the right position? Are you boxing out?
Yep.
You know, so everything is as a professional, everything matters. It's not, there's by no means is it wasted time or trash time.
And particularly for those who have been on the team for some time, including Austin, Jiang Jun, He was drafted 2 years ago, but he doesn't get a lot of significant amount of minutes, so you might as well just utilize the minutes that you have right now. So as you see, he started the final quarter. It's number 6 for the Mars. And again, seeing the young players on the court, including Carl as well as Mingjun and Doe getting his earn right now with extra minutes. Jay Chen getting the loose ball, and there's the scoop. Unfortunately, the Taipei Taishin Mars are without their standard regular point guard. Ding Senru today hit the record high for TPBL, 16-6 against the Kaohsiung Aquas. As we see the score right now, 92-61. That is a 31 deficit. The biggest deficit we've seen this year is 42 points. That was the CGBCVA playing the Kaohsiung Aquas back in January 24th. It was 133-91 was the score, and that shot chucked by Jay.
So we're not quite there yet, but we're approaching it.
We are approaching it. We are close to immigration. Let's just say.
You mentioned Ding Ding, 16 assists last game, 7.3 average is number 1. Number 2, Joseph Lin at 6.9.
And, you know, I gotta say, a lot of the Taipei Taishin Mars players, they've hit a lot of career highs or even TPBL record highs, but unfortunately with all the talent that you got, they just never ended up gelling to be placed for playoffs this year. They managed to hit the 4th seed last season, got the play-ins through, but just nothing. It was inconsistent all season long.
They didn't build off of it. I mean, you got Maker, who's number 1 in scoring. You got Willis, who's number 2 in scoring. You got Ding Ding, number 1 in assists. You got Sam Manu, who can jump through the roof. Young guy, lots of energy. You know, so you have the pieces there that you can build off of. You got Kenny Chen, who's a defensive stopper if you need him to be. And then I was looking before the game as well. They average 4,550 fans at home. So you have a good fan base. That's a decent crowd. You know, so not all is not lost. I mean, the season not in the playoffs kind of took a step back, but they do have the pieces. If you bring in the right mix, I don't know if they can bring Maker back, Willis back. You bring the right mix, give Stefanovic his 2nd season, some continuity there. You know, eye towards next season. Who knows? You never know what could happen.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Lioneers, they didn't make playoffs, but they took a risk and re-signed Wissam El Sous, and look at them now. They're placed at 3rd and got the couple of most improved players maybe qualified for that category, as Austin takes a shot for 3, no good at 3 seconds.
That's a really good point. Lioneers, they didn't make the playoffs last year, and the playoff bound this year.
Yeah, and again, Wissam El Sous, he took the risk of signing some young players. Michael Holenfield's younger brother, Drew Pember, his first time playing pro for like a full season. So credit goes to management as well as the coaching staff. And Jay Bucket, the Dreamers, I believe that's 4 points for number 0. So both sides letting the clock run down. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in regulation, and the foul is called on number 9, Hayden. Oh, correction, that is number 88, Manimal.
Tobwatson's English name is Manimal?
Yes. So it's between Jerry and Manimal. And I learned that credit to English broadcaster Ryan Chen over at the domestic league.
How do you spell Manimal?
M-A-N-I... Are you really asking me on the spot?
I've never heard that. I've heard Queen. I've heard Corn.
Okay.
What else have I heard? I've heard some different English names here, but I've never heard Manimal. I've heard Jerry.
I've never heard of the other names that you just brought up. actually.
Oh, not for players. I've just heard some interesting English names here in Taiwan.
I mean, look, kangaroo is a pretty good one.
Kangaroo, right? Can't beat kangaroo.
Yeah, that's a great one. Even Bo Beach, she was like, "You sure that's his name? Do I call you that?" Anyway, back to the game right now. Again, local players all on the court. No stoppage in between. They're just going to let it run. 3.5 minutes to go. Here's Riven Ma Jianhao. No look pass. Outwards, out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a difficult pass to make as you're diving one way. Not a great angle. Difficult position to make a good pass there.
Oh, nice block there for Ma Jianhao there. That highlight. Kick out. Back to Austin. That's another ball stolen. This time it's on Hayden. Dewey earning his keep. And he draws a foul off of 100% effort there. Wei Peng Hao.
Yeah, not much Wei Peng Hao could do there. Dewey much bigger, much stronger.
Yeah, Dewey is 200 centimeters. Peng Hao is 177. Big dip. Yenting back to the game, and he comes in, corralling the rebound. This is really reminding me of preseason. No imports too early in the season. Ooh, that goes up and down for Austin.
Two teams working on their stuff, working on some plays, working on some defensive schemes.
And again, hopefully for the Taipei Taishin Mars can beat their season low, or that's wrong wording, but their season low currently is 73, so hopefully they don't surpass it. Mars OG.
See, that was 100% just experience. A younger guy wouldn't have been able to make that move.
Score now 96-64.
I mean, it's 32 points. So the Dreamers just in a really good spot. Schedule-wise, health-wise, I think confidence-wise, you're finishing the season the way you want to. This will be their 11th win in the last 12 games. You know, the Leopards got off to a really fast start in the season, but since then they've been a 500, you know, a 500 ball club. And then if they can take care of business against the Lioneers tomorrow, they'll have the season advantage there and the mental edge as well. So the Dreamers, they're looking good.
You know, this is to say with Doug Creighton designated as a head coach, they start out slow as Reven Mock just finish. Trying to hit the Centurion mark for the Dreamers.
And each time you see Ma make a explosive move like that, in and out, cut hard on his ankle, you know, the more the coaching staff sees that, the better they'll feel about playing him going forward.
Yeah, maybe this game will give him the okay to play earlier against the Lioneers tomorrow.
Right.
He's looking good. I mean, I do see the little bits of explosive power from Ma Jianhao.
Yeah, the last hurdle for him to take, at least in a game, is to make a three. He's taken several. He is 0 for 4 so far.
He's usually a 36% shooter too.
I will say though, he is a streaky shooter. He's either really hot or, you know, today's cold. Understandably, coming back from injury, his first game back.
Jerry's been with the Dreamers organization since 2022. Before that, had a long stint with the SBL Yulong team from 2011 up to 2022. And here's a shot by Liu Yenting. Too short, hitting the iron ring, and that goes out of bounds. 18 seconds remain on the clock as the Dreamers will take the win very shortly.
Yeah, this one's been in the refrigerator for quite a while. The Dreamers doing what they should have should do. So this is still a good, really good win for them. They're doing it different ways. You know, they're coming back from 27 down. They're putting teams away in the third quarter. They're winning close ones. They're winning big. So another great next step for the Dreamers as an organization.
Yeah, again, you know, Taipei Taishin Mars, they kept it close in the first quarter, but it just took that one quarter, the Dreamers, to come back, shut them down, only allow up to 16 points in each quarter. This was the lowest scoring quarter in just now, as they outscored them 31 in the second and third quarter. Final score and stats as we take a look here from the field. Formosa Dreamers, well, they just made their shots today, and they were better shooters. Again, thanks to Eric Coleman coming off the bench, and he earned his keep and rest for remaining of the game. As we have games to look forward to, a 5 o'clock tip-off. Pelrin Taiwan Beer Leopards are on the road to play the new Taipei CTBC DEA.
Yeah, a lot to play for both teams there. The Leopards, seeing the Dreamers winning this game, they want to keep their top speed, and the DEA, they're fighting for that 4th and 5th spot.
And another game to look forward to. Clive and I will be here once again at Intercontinental Mini Dome for Hsinchu Topless Lioneers to play the Formosa Dreamers. As we have one of the players of the game being interviewed right now, that is Jet Chang here.
Yeah, Jet Chang got the pre-game interview, now he's going to get the post-game interview too.
So we can't quite hear too well, but let's see. Now the volume is adjusted.
在第二节马上做出调整，打出一波31-14的攻势。可以聊一下在第一节到第二节之间，教练团有下什么样的指示来做调整？
我觉得可能第一节，因为他们是单阳，这样在心态上面我们就是稍微比较松懈一点。然后第二节开始就是有做调整，然后就是准备季后赛的强度，所以就是可以把比数拉开这样。
那最后想聊聊中线自己，因为在这个赛季其实蛮明显有更多的无球端的一些调整，包含像空手切或是外线的 catch and shoot， 命中率跟把握度都非常高。可以聊聊自己在这个赛季做出一些调整跟改变吗？
没有特别去想这些，就是想要替球队贡献，然后只要有机会的话，就是希望可以去把握住这样。
是。那最后，因为这个周末也是梦想家最后的一个主场周了，有什么想跟现场的球迷来分享或是来讲一下吗？
就是谢谢大家的支持，希望在季后赛的时候可以再看到，就是球迷可以踊跃进场支持我们这样。
好，谢谢宗宪。
谢谢主播。那接下来呢，由我们现在
Final words for Jet Chang. After the game, the final score, again, 99-66. Unfortunately, Taipei Taishin Mars, they hit a season low in today's matchup. But look, they're done with the Formosa Dreamers for the rest of the season. They got a couple more games to go, while we have tomorrow to look forward to. That's going to be a very critical game on both sides.
Yeah, the Dreamers a game and a half ahead of the Lioneers. The 2-3 spot there. You know, the higher seed will get home court advantage, and we all know what the Lioneers can do at home. So this is huge game tomorrow for the Dreamers and the Lioneers, both of them.
So let's see if the Formosa Dreamers could get a final home streak before their early end to the season. But that's our time for us today. We want to thank you so much for tuning in to another TPBL broadcast.
Peace out.
I'll see you at the next one.